What is typography? When you hear the word typography, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Perhaps it may mean words or text for many. However, typography is much more than just words. Typography is the art of words and text that bring those words to life and give it character and meaning. When it comes to graphic communications, typography plays an important role in influencing how messages are perceived and understood. The different aspects in typography, such as fonts, typefaces, spacing, etc., can significantly impact the effectiveness of communication. While it's important to understand the anatomy of typefaces, this presentation is more focused on how typography impacts messages. Now, you may be familiar with the saying, a picture is worth a thousand words. However, words can also portray a picture through typography. Typography has its power in conveying messages. People, in general, find it easier to convey messages through writing. Readability and comprehension are greatly influenced by typography. The font, spacing, alignment, and line length choices all have a big influence on how simple it is for readers to read and comprehend the material. While well-spaced text using appropriate line breaks and font size stimulates better comprehension and retention of information, densely packed blocks of text in small font sizes can be overwhelming and troubling to read. To guarantee that the intended audience receives the content efficiently and clearly, designers must take readability considerations into account. So, in this example here, we can see a good example of typography in terms of readability and legibility, where the line spacing and kerning between like each word and letters are appropriately distanced, as well as the line height, sorry, in between each new line of text. And below it is the complete opposite, which is like a bad example of readability and legibility when it comes to typography. So you can see the difference between the good and bad example and how typography can really impact readability and legibility. Furthermore, research has also proven that typography not only conveys the message, but the physical aspect of typography has a positive impact on the mind. In other words, typography can enhance emotional qualities, aid memory retention, and influence persuasion. Different typefaces convey distinct emotions. Serif fonts may evoke tradition and formality, while sans serif fonts are seen as more modern and clear. So on the top is an example of a serif font, which is Times New Roman, and below is the sans serif font, which is the typeface being used is Arial. And you may feel different ways when reading the text just based on the font or typeface. Typography also plays a crucial role in establishing hierarchy and organizing information. Through the use of different font sizes, styles, and spacing, designers can guide their readers' attention and prioritize certain elements within a text. So, on the example on the right, we can see how hierarchy and typography play an important role in guiding the reader's attention. So, the heading here is bolded and it's a larger font. Then below we have the subheading, which is slightly smaller than the heading, and it is underlined. And below that subheading is the body text, which is the smallest size font amongst the other two. So it really just guides the reader along when reading. Typography also enhances brand recognition and identity. Brand recognition helps businesses establish a strong presence in the market while differentiating themselves from competitors. Many businesses spend money on unique typography or fonts that capture the essence of their branding. Using typefaces consistently in commercials, packaging, signage, and other online and offline media helps strengthen brand recognition and establish a unified visual identity. So, on the example on the right, take a moment to observe the different logos in, in the form of a type. between Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Now, which one is used by Pepsi and which one is used by Coca-Cola? So for the Pepsi, the one on the right is Pepsi's fonts, and for Coca-Cola, the one on top is the Coca-Cola font. In conclusion, typography is more than just words. It is the art of text and is crucial for conveying messages and reaching those messages to audiences.